Well, as we know, there are many joys in our life that have been stripped away from us because of COVID-19 and the pandemic. So finding happiness, doing some new things can be really great for the soul during the pandemic. And one of those things that many people are doing is starting gardening for the very first time.
I love this idea. Meteorologist Alex Calamia shares how gardening is helping bring communities together, even from 6 feet apart.
Nothing brings new life to a garden like spring.
Has its very first pepper. Yay!
But this year, plants bloomed for a different purpose.
I'm a first-time gardener thanks to COVID-19 quarantine.
All those new gardeners have good company.
I love sharing tips from our garden right here at WLTX. With so many uncertainties this year, I wanted to continue the garden conversation, so I made a Facebook group called Gandy's Gardener so we could talk even after the camera stopped rolling.
And over the past 5 months, we've seen hundreds of your incredible photos proving that people can garden beautifully together, but now it looks a little different. And community gardens have changed too. Instead of escaping Columbia's hustle and bustle, community gardens like this one have become a way for neighbors to give back.
A lot of people are putting a lot of time out into it, and they're giving something for the community to share with one another.
The Lion Street neighborhood is the only one out of 3 city-owned community gardens that's completely free for gardeners, so we paid them a visit. And although things look different this year, hope still blooms.
Most of this actually wasn't put together in 2019. This has been it's one of the reasons we were looking forward to 2020 so much.
Marvin Heller, the neighborhood president, he has been involved with the planning of this garden from the beginning.
Community members called Marvin their North Star, but when he passed away last spring, leaders had to find their own way without his light.
He brought people together, and this garden was just a location in his mind for that.
This year, sticking together often means standing apart.
We still all garden together, but at different times. We don't come at the same times just to be safe.
In the meantime, the garden grows in more ways than one.
The tunnel house is not finished. We have a few more things to add. We're going to add a pollinator garden. We're going to add some fruit trees, and we want to make it ADA accessible.
Definitely had a bunch of new people garden.
Even seasoned gardeners like Jacqueline with the City Parks Department have found a new purpose in the pandemic.
It was getting to me, this COVID-19, and so, I went outside, and that's where everything happens in the garden. All the problems are solved.
Many would agree. I'm meteorologist Alex Calamia for News 19.